I'd like to call the February 22nd, 2022 Sherburne County Board meeting to order. We will begin with a moment of silence and Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we move on now to approval for our regular meeting proposed agenda.
Madam Chair, I'll move approval of the agenda as presented.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the meeting agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passed. Now we'll move on to the consent agenda.
I'll move approval as presented.
Motion's been made. Is there a second?
I'll second, Madam Chair.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve the consent agenda as printed. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion is passed. Now we move on to announcements.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the Commission. Just a couple of quick announcements. First of all, a reminder, if you are planning on attending the AMC Legislative Conference, if you'd please let us know, and also if you need or require hotel reservations or a car so we can finalize those details. We will be setting up some appointments for you if we know that you'll be attending down there. Second of all is just a reminder also that in March, we are still on the staggered schedule because we had originally moved things around for that conference. So the meetings in March are the 8th of March and the 22nd of March. And then in April, we'll go back to the 1st and 3rd Tuesday mornings. And then just a note, with the weather today, our crews were out early this morning. They're probably going to take a break here this late morning, and then they'll be back out this afternoon, expecting some pretty heavy snows. So everybody, please be safe out there.
Thank you. Okay, now open our public hearing.
Madam Chair, members of the Commission, we have a public hearing this morning regarding consideration of amendments to the Solid Waste Management Ordinance number 180. This was presented in board workshop several weeks ago. Just prior to opening the microphone for public hearing, Mr. Lucas will give you a presentation and update on the proposed amendments.
Welcome.
Morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. So attached in your RBA is a draft amendment to the solid waste ordinance. And I understand that there are some concerns regarding this draft. So it's my recommendation that no action be taken today, that we continue this public hearing, allow for comments, suggested language to be submitted. Staff will sit down, we'll take a look at that. And then changes could be brought to this board at a continued public hearing date.
Okay. Should we have the motion to do that now or at the end?
Probably at the end, I would think, don't you?
Madam Chair, Commissioners, my suggestion to you is to have the public hearing, allow testimony so we can get people's valued input. At that point in time, the county board may consider whether or not they wish to close it or they wish to take staff's recommendation to continue the matter.
Okay, how long should we, so everyone has a chance to speak today? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then we will open the public hearing and welcome people to come forward. Is there anything else you wanted to mention, David? Okay.
No,
Okay, so
unless you have any questions for me.
Okay, do we have any questions for Dave at this time?
Not at this time, Madam Chair.
Okay, so then we'll go ahead and open the public hearing and we'll ask people to come forward.
Morning,
Good morning.
Commissioners. I'd like to thank,
Can you give us your name and,
my name is Mike Miller. I represent Waste Management in the Elk River landfill. I thank you for an opportunity to speak today, and I thank Dave for his initial comments for continuing this matter further, and so we have more time to review and discuss the potential ordinance changes. I'd just like to make sure everybody understands that the Waste Management has a long history of working with local city, county, townships. We have the folks from Livonia Township and Zimmerman here today that were under negotiations for a continued operation of our landfill into the township of Livonia. A lot of these ordinances that were proposed would have a potential impact on them. In the past, we've done a lot of good work with Livonia Township in creating the Sugarbush Preserve network of trails that's just off to the northwest of our landfill, as well as working with the city of Elk River. The city of Elk River, we recently completed a leachate pipeline that runs our leachate from the landfill all the way into to tie into the city of Elk River's sanitary sewer system. It takes about 2,000 truckloads of leachate off the highways every year by being able to run it down a pipeline. And part of that agreement that we made with the city to tie this pipeline in was improvements to the Great Northern Trail system. We recently, this last year, we resurfaced the trail from the landfill all the way into 101. I don't know if anybody's had a chance to look at that, but we spent a lot and improved it, and it's kind of a continued cooperation that we've had with local governments. The other one I guess I'd like to mention is we've had an agreement for a number of years with Elk River Municipal Utility, along with the county, where we were able to put together a package and develop an electrical generation facility at the landfill, where we've been generating electricity with the methane produced from the landfill. And you know, we have a long-standing tradition of working with the local governmental agencies, and we just believe that the ordinance changes that were proposed in the packet were probably an oversight on our interpretations and mutual. We need a little better definition of what some of the ordinance changes are, and so it does not negatively impact our business. I believe that's kind of what I have to say today, and I thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else? Yeah, come forward and then give us your name.
Good morning, Board. My name is Nick Stay. I'm the mayor of Zimmerman. I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to speak today. I'm going to take a little bit different approach than Mr. Miller did with waste management. Hearing about this news through the Planning Commission was very disappointing. We've considered ourselves partners with Sherburne County for a long time, and we understand that all statutory obligations were met with the county on this, but not including Livonia Township and Zimmerman in to talk about the opinions that we have and bring this to our attention is extremely disappointing. That's about all I have. I would like to be included on future discussions, as well as the township from a city perspective. There's no secret here that Livonia Township and Zimmerman are working towards a merger and annexation agreements, so forth. Everybody in this room knows that. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Good morning, Madam Chair, Board. My name is Todd Maloney. I'm with Livonia Township. Feel that the county did a good job regulating, enforcing, and holding the landfill accountable when needed. But however, I do disagree with the 1,000-foot setback from the trail, since the trail easement was given in good faith, and it shouldn't be used against them later on. I mean, I don't feel if it was a farmer or anybody else, you know, it's seems like it's just because they're maybe a bigger company or something like that, but I think it might be a struggle later on to get those easements if that's the case, if you give something and then later come back with that. But that's all I had for today, so thank you for your time.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to? Seeing no one else, would you like to make a motion?
No, I don't.
Or can we, we don't want to close the public.
It's board's choice. You can either close the public hearing or you can continue it. That's whatever the board would desire.
Madam Chair, if there's no one else wishing to speak today, I'd make a motion to continue the public hearing to our second scheduled meeting in March, which I believe is the 22nd, and give staff direction to work on language based on public comment today, and come back to us on the 22nd.
Okay, motion has been made. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Is there any further discussion? Yes.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I just want to thank people for coming and testifying today, and that I appreciate that we're going to extend this for staff to work on the language as we move forward.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Just to clarify then, the couple of issues that came up, so staff has direction. There was discussion about the 1,000-foot setback from the trail and clarifying language, and I believe it was regarding the definition of ditch. Is that right, Mike? Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to table this, open.
Not table.
Table. Continue, okay. Yes, thank you. To continue this public hearing until March 22nd.
Can we add go ahead, date, time?
I apologize. Maybe set a time so people have an understanding when they wish to come back.
And staff would recommend 9:10 a.m.
9 to 10 a.m.?
No, 9:10, at 9:10 a.m. Sorry.
9:10 a.m., okay. So we're going to continue the open forum until March 22nd at 9:10 a.m.
And if I may add, if there are other pieces of the ordinance that people are sticking points or causing a bit of heartburn, I hope that people will get that to the county so we can review that between now and then, sooner than later.
Yes.
Just to clarify that, though, the public hearing notice were on the ordinance changes that were published. So you're saying other comments on the proposed changes, not the larger ordinance in and of itself, because then we would have to republish the entire public hearing.
Just on the proposed changes.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Do we need to? No, we're good. Okay. So a motion's been made and seconded to continue the open forum until March 22nd at 9:10 a.m.
And I'm just going to clarify, continue the public hearing, not the open forum.
Yeah, public hearing, okay.
Thank you.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed, nay. Okay, motion's passed. So we'll talk again on this topic next, on the 22nd. Thank you for coming.
I'm
Okay,
safe.
go ahead.
Yeah, be safe out there.
Okay, so then now we can go on to open forum. Is there anyone here that is signed in for open forum?
There is nobody signed up, Madam Chair.
Okay. Then we will continue on with the regular agenda, and we will consider the American Rescue Plan Act, and Dan will be presenting this. Hello, Dan.
Good morning, Commissioners. We have two biweekly expenditures this year under the $50,000 threshold for a total of $11,695.50. So looking for a motion to approve those two expenses.
Do we have a motion?
Madam Chair, I'll move approval of those two expenses.
So that's both of the expenses that are listed here.
Just the
The
sub,
$250,000.
yeah, the sub $50,000.
Okay. Motion's been made then to approve the biweekly expenditures for the first item listed for 50,000. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed, nay. Motion is passed.
And the second request is for expense over $50,000 for a lead child welfare social worker. This was approved by the board last week. It did go in front of the risk assessment committee, and we can use lost revenue to cover that position. So just looking for approval to use ARPA dollars to fund that position.
I'll move approval.
Is there a second?
Madam Chair, I'll second the motion.
Is there any further discussion?
Just wanted to make clear that this is for 3 years.
3 years, correct? Yes, yes.
So it's a 3-year position.
Okay. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion is passed.
Thank you.
So now we go on to Commissioner Correspondence. And anyone like to start first?
Madam Chair, I can start.
The 9th to the 21st.
So I had Magic Fund meeting, AMC Business and Partner Development Committee meeting. I listened in for a while on the ISD 728 Community Partners meeting. CMRP State of the Region Planning meeting. Tuned into a little bit of our NACO Legislative Conference, as well as the committee I sit on there, the Technology and Telecommunications Committee.
Okay.
I had a MICA meeting, soil and water meeting, participated with some of the remote NACO happenings, Central Minnesota Jobs and Training, Community and Government Relations meeting, and a Workforce Development Board meeting. Great River Regional Finance Board meeting and Great River Regional Library Board meeting. Had a TRICAP board meeting. Participated in my first SHAC meeting. And that's it. And with Central Minnesota Mental Health, we are getting very close to announcing our new executive director. So
Oh,
I'll keep you posted.
okay. And I had my first MESB meeting, and then also a IEIC meeting. I had a TAB meeting on Monday, and I had a WebEx earlier that day that I can't read my writing, so I have to tell you what that is later. A Fair Board meeting on the 16th, and an APTMT meeting on the 17th, and also a CHAC meeting on Friday, and also a COVID-19 program waiver meeting in the afternoon on Friday, and that was it. Okay. So now we will adjourn our regular meeting and open our ditch authority meeting. Is anyone here?
I think Andrew drew the short straw.
Yeah, hi, Andrew.
Uh-oh, somebody left a pair of glasses up here.
I think it was from last week. I'm
Okay.
on that.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Madam Chair, Commissioners. Mike will be joining us shortly. I think he had to make a pit stop on the way down here. So first off, if we can maybe just approve the ditch authority agenda, that would be appreciated.
Would anyone like to make a motion?
Madam
Move-
Chair.
Move approval?
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, opposed, nay. Motion's passed. Okay.
Great, thank you. And next up is review and acceptance of the ditch drainage technician's report. If there are any questions on the report that Mike has submitted, now would be the time to ask those, and I see Mike just joined us for his presentation as well.
Welcome, Mike. Yeah. Do we have any questions about what was included in our packet?
No, Madam Chair, I'd move to accept the ditch drainage technician's report as presented.
Okay, motion's been made to approve the report as presented. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion is passed. Okay,
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Morning, Mike.
good morning.
Was there any comments or questions regarding my written report? No? Okay.
I don't think so.
Here we go. County Ditch 11, finished cleaning the ditch in December, early December. A lot of material, as you can see, in that ditch. A lot more than I anticipated, but it's good. It needed it. Needed it badly. We used 2 backhoes on this project. Worked really well. The orange backhoe in the far background cleaned the material out of the ditch, and then the other yellow one, Cat, leveled the spoils behind it. So it was a good team effort and was really efficient. We cleaned the ditch in about 3 days, and I thought it would take a whole week. So it worked out well. Just cleaning out the ditch. You can see how much material. That's about almost 2 feet of silt right there that we took out. And that's all the PowerPoint that I have. I do have a drone video, if you'd care to watch that.
Mike, as you're getting that up, I'm wondering, when you pull fill out like that, do you only level on one side, or, and then like the next time will you level the other side, or do you wonder if you create an imbalance with all that fill going only on one side?
We usually typically stay to one side, on the one side. It doesn't seem to build up that much higher, and actually it probably would benefit to build it up a little bit higher, just for cleaning purposes, the next time we do it. And usually there's a lot of trees too, and that gets to be pretty expensive clearing all those trees, so we just keep the one side cleared of trees, just to save some money. You can do the 103. Yeah. Let's do the other one. Both of these videos are in the boardroom folder if you care to watch them at a different time. This is in Elk River off of Twin Lakes Road. This is
Is that your backyard, Barb?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
you can see at the beginning there was a lot of heavy grass, a lot of tall grass and cattails. Now it's a little more, you can see a little bit more water. A lot of vegetation in the ditch. The last time this ditch was cleaned was in 2002. So it's been 20 years.
Madam Chair, if I may ask, who's doing the drone?
Jeff Smith, he's also does, the beaver dams for me. He does this a lot. It's kind of he uses it with other counties too. If they're gonna look for beaver dams, it's a quick and easy way to get out there. So at least you know what you're getting yourself into.
Thank you.
So the usual time between cleaning out ditches is, I know it's kind of on a request, and so it's not like a set time, but what is the average?
About 20 years.
It is, so this is about the average.
It's
okay.
probably about 20 years. Some are probably more often than others.
Yeah.
Twin Lakes Road is where Sherburne County's responsibility ends. The rest of the ditch is taken care of by the city of Elk River.
Some of the best deer hunting in the city of Elk River right there.
Of all these drone videos that I've had done, I'm just surprised that we haven't seen any deer running around.
Yeah, you can see the trails from them walking just in this drone video, but.
That's Carlson Craft.
Oh, boy.
Just wait until he gives us VR
Didn't take
headsets
my
to watch this
Dramamine
stuff.
this morning.
Here's the park and ride. It's pretty empty. Train station, park and ride.
Yeah.
We've got to fly so high because of the power lines in this particular.
Yeah, in this case, yes. Yep.
But the quality's still sufficient for what you need.
Yeah.
A lot easier than walking them all.
That's for sure.
At a time.
I don't think it would be too bad here, but there's areas where it's dangerous walking where some of these ditches are.
You're just working back upstream now?
Yep. Now he's flying home, hits home, and then it comes back.
You have something in the other video?
The other video is ditch 11.
Is this the drone coming
This
in
is
now?
the
Yeah.
landing.
Yeah, landing, yeah.
Let's skip to the next one, Keisha. Unless the drone gets hit by a car, because that'd be kind of fun to watch.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
Oh, we missed the landing.
Not yet, he didn't.
This is the other one. Okay. We can buzz through this one quick because Everybody want to watch it, or
And this is now on ditch 11.
ditch
right?
11?
And where is ditch 11 again?
Ditch 11 is up in County Road 23,
Okay.
north of Becker to County Road 3. This ditch is really growing over too. Lots of vegetation.
This is the stretch you just cleaned, right?
Yep.
Do you remember how many linear feet you clear out on this ditch?
Total, there was kind of like two phases, but it was like 11,000 feet. You can see where we've cleaned the ditch and where we stopped.
Mike, is this an area that wasn't able to get into during the summer months, but advantageous to get in there in the winter months because of the frozen ground?
Because it was so dry, we were able to get in there late. Normally, on a normal year, the only way you'd be able to clean this ditch is with pads. That's how wet and soft the material is in there.
Is that an example of the tree clearing on the one side?
Yeah.
So Mike, have a question.
Yep.
You've got that all cleared off on the side and stuff. Do you plant vegetation back in there, or is that just let natural come back up?
Sometimes we'll put some oats or something temporary.
Thanks.
Yeah. But mostly it gets overtaken by
Just natural.
reed canary and whatever's out there.
So is more clearance going to happen? You know, just, you can see where you stopped and started. I was just wondering if it's completed the way it is, or is there anything else that,
That's all been cleaned.
okay.
Yep. So we actually, from this point here, we actually went all the way downstream and worked our way upstream. So we started about 1,000 feet east of County Road 23 and then cleaned all the way up to that point. That was the second phase, I believe. That was just over 6,000, I think 6,700 feet.
It looks like little crossings or something that are,
Yeah.
It looked like there was a lot of crossings on that stretch as you flew up.
I know there was two for sure. One was a pretty significant bridge, pretty heavy duty. This one here we actually removed. There's the heavy duty bridge. But that one there, on the bottom, we actually removed.
had those been approved to be put in there?
No. No, they need to be.
Even the heavy-duty one wasn't
The heavy-duty one wasn't approved,
It,
that you know of?
I didn't even know it was there until we, went into the ditch,
Oh, dear.
so. And that's all I have.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you very much.
You know,
So are we, any discussion or comments? Otherwise, we can close the ditch authority meeting, is that correct?
And if the board's amenable, two options for a workshop. One, we can stay here. We do have a PowerPoint, but I think we can also set it up, Keisha, in the workshop room if we need to. And then the other option is Commissioner Smeesing would like to call in and listen to the redistricting conversation. So again, we can stay here, or because we're not going to do the WebEx like we planned, we can go in the workshop room if you want to take it like a 10-minute recess to get everything set up.
Any thoughts on that?
I recommend we stay here. Just not feeling well, COVID negative 4 times. But I would say for everyone else, let's just stay here.
Okay. So we'll take a 10-minute break and return here, a 5-minute break, and then we'll open the workshop when we come back. Is that correct? Okay, thank you.